What is up, everybody? Thanks for joining us tonight. It is Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, and it is the All Over Overland show here on Overland Radio. And before we get started and bring our host with the most, Mr. Michael Ho Ho Hayden, you'll get the ho ho later as we move towards the holidays. Hint, hint. But before we get started, let's take a moment and thank our sponsors that help us bring this content to you. 230, the Expedition Superstore, More Expo, which you just saw that fantastic commercial about More Expo, and we'll talk a little bit more, no pun, shortly. Opus Campers, our buddy Chad at Overland Addict, DeVoe's Lighting, and we really appreciate everybody that supports us. Just quickly, you can catch us on Overland Radio. You can listen to us there. You can download the app on Live 365 on all your devices and just search for Overland Radio. You can also catch us on, obviously, Facebook and YouTube at Overland Radio. And then, of course, Michael, he can be found at All Over Overland on all the social media as well. So with that being said, why don't we bring in the main host, that guy with the sexy beard, Michael.
Wow. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the All Over Overland show. My name is Michael. This is Lee. I thought about not doing that anymore, not introing it myself, but I think I'm going to leave whenever I start converting these to the podcast. I think I'm going to leave all that first shit off.
Yeah, leave the commercial off because you can't hear anything.
No, I meant you also. Like the first shit and then you. Seriously? I'm going to leave off so that I can just start it myself.
You're killing me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to be a hype guy, come on. Step up your game. Step up your game. Where's the fireworks in the background and all that stuff?
I'm waiting for those big sponsors to come in so I can afford that kind of stuff.
Nah, that is truth, and that kind of pains the heart a little bit. Hey, we missed an event this weekend that we should have gone to, which was Rigs and Coffee. Looked like the NWA. That's right, NWA Rigs and Coffee.
Yeah, baby.
Looked like that went off like crazy good.
Dude, they had over 100 rigs out there. 100. What's the matter? You got audio problems?
No, Jeffrey, our surprise, possibly guest.
Yeah,
that may come on.
Yeah, tell
asking.
Get in the chat.
Yeah, get in the chat.
See, this is how we do it, folks.
There's
will nothing scripted about what we do
soon. Okay,
stop talking.
There we go. Okay, sorry.
NWA, baby.
That was like we had to take care of some business that's happening right now. So yeah, they had the North West Arkansas Rigs and Coffee. They're in Bentonville, and the number of rigs that were there,
over 100.
Like I think it was probably the biggest event of the weekend.
It was huge.
There was just a ton of vehicles there, and it looked like it was a blast. I wish I had made it. I wasn't able to. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to get the Adeleaf installed this weekend, but didn't happen. Now I got to really hope it happens this coming weekend.
Yeah, and see, it was packed. From what I hear, it was they were parking across the road, from what I hear, in another area. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, so hey, Michael. We got somebody pretty special coming on tonight.
We got a pretty good guest.
I mean,
talk about and somebody that is in the business of basically a cult following.
Yes, that's exactly what I would say it's like.
Yeah, it's definitely a cult following for the type of business and the vehicles. Yeah, it's the vehicle this guy represents. So.
Yeah, it was crazy. So what do you think? Should we what do you get into?
he's like, how do I get in the chat? Look, dude, I'm on the show. I'm on the show. I can't hold your hand. I can't hold your hand, Jeff.
Stop being a
You gotta
baby.
figure it out.
Damn South Africans.
Man.
Anyway, we can
Yeah,
start.
my Africans.
God. Okay, so you want to make the intro tonight, and I'll bring you.
Yeah,
in?
we've got and there's January. January, glad you made it. Glad you're in the show. This is for you, January. We have David.
Dave.
Nui. Is that right? Nui?
Yeah,
Nui.
Dave.
Am I saying it right? Nui?
Yeah.
Nui. And he is from
guess.
Atlantic British. So let's bring him on.
Hey,
Dave, what's going on, man?
Hey.
With that introduction, I was wondering who these guys have on tonight.
I know. Well, you know, the Rover is such a cult following. You know, I mean,
It is.
there's few vehicles that people can get in a fist fight over.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of them.
Anything with Rover in it.
Yeah.
Hey, would you guys look at this? Wait a minute. I gotta make note.
We got Blake in here.
Blake
Yeah.
is here. Now listen, we never see Blake except for on the trail.
Yeah.
It's about the only time. So it's kinda
Blake
cool to have Blake in
Blake
here.
has a series that's been rebuilt. That
It's a
is awesome. And he takes this, he got it rebuilt, and I think it was the Overland Rally like promo shoot that we went on, that he took it like shortly after it had been completed. Like
I will say this, Dave.
out on the trails. It was awesome.
That truck and trailer you see in the background of mine
Yeah.
got stuck on a sandbar, and he pulled me out with his series.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
that a
So-
Razor?
epic.
Yeah.
So let's get into this a little bit more. So we've introduced you. Everybody's like, okay, Rover. Some people are like, what are you talking about? You know, that may not know, which I doubt it. But we're talking about everything Range Rover. Everything Range Rover deals with is what you are into. And now you got a company. The website is atlantabritish.com, correct?
I thought it was Rover Parts.
It's Rover Parts is the URL, roverparts.com, but atlanticbritish.com will get you there.
Gets you there. Because, yeah, that's what I use. So, okay. So tell us about how you kind of got into Rovers as a whole, not just the parts, but how'd you get into this?
Yeah, well, I've got to preface it by saying I've only been with the company 2 years. So
2 years. Okay. So this is something kind of in a new kind of endeavor for you then.
It
Correct.
is.
Okay.
I was in the outdoor industry before. So, you know, all things outdoor, and
Yeah.
kind of goes hand in hand with overlanding and rovers, and it just kind of was a perfect fit. I live in the area where we're headquartered, and they were looking for somebody to help with you know, sales and marketing and that sort of thing. And so just kind of the stars were in alignment, and I was the guy.
So, and for everybody listening, just to show you guys, we don't do a lot of pre-talk before this. We kind of find out things as everybody else that's listening finds out. So obviously, you know, finding out that you've been with the company for 2 years, what was that like when you came on with this company and found out? Did you know that the cult following was so aggressive before you joined this company, or did you find out when you got there?
I definitely found out after.
Yeah.
All you have to do is join a few Facebook groups, and you quickly find out.
Right on.
I have not gained the courage yet to chime in on any of it.
Yeah, no, I totally understand it. It's kind of like I've been a photographer most of my life. My dad's a photographer, and even whenever I get around, and I was a professional for most of my professional career. I did photography, but I still don't know the jargon like they do. So when they start talking photography, I just kind of like, I just take pretty pictures. I don't really, I just point it. So I know what you mean, because there's so many different things that go with just Rover in general, the way they talk about things, and especially being from the United States, they call things, bonnets and all that kind of crap. And we're just like, what?
Yeah.
So what is it that you do for Atlanta British then?
So I help with all things marketing, looking at product lines to bring on, working with our suppliers, kind of really just, we're a small company. So I basically work with a small team and do whatever is needed to get done.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So what would you say is some of the top things that you guys do for Rover owners?
Man, the company's been around for 50 years, and the company was started when Land Rover came to the U.S. with a dealership program in 1970. And in 1974, Land Rover left the U.S.
Yep.
They took the dealerships and they were gone. And so this company, when it started in 70, by 74, and then thereafter when Land Rover left, this was the company to go to get anything you needed, maintenance, any accessories, but certainly maintenance parts, any of your, your typical maintenance parts, everything. And so that gave this company a bit of a shot in the arm to be. Now back then it was mail order, so you were buying from a mail order.
Did you guys have catalogs like J.C. Whitney and all those, or did
we had a big catalog operation? Sending those out all over the country.
Yeah,
and it was that typical model, man. I mean, it's great, and we have these old catalogs from like the late 70s that are amazing to look at.
Oh, that is fun.
They look like they were on a typewriter, and they were, and then just made copies made of them.
Isn't that crazy the way things were done?
Isn't it though?
It's so different. Yeah. It's like it's like almost like thinking that they're pressing into the paper, like traditional printing presses, which they were, but it just blows our mind. Now it's all digital and it just spits it out real fast, and it's insane.
And so we basically started that business. I don't say we, but the company, the founders started that business and have been making sure that right now I think the company has over 11,000 products. We have a team of customer service guys that you call with anything and you describe anything, they know what part you need and they know exactly what you have to order. And then we've got over 300 how-to videos on our website of the 300 of the most popular typical fixes that any Land Rover owner is going to do. And, they're typically DIYers. Like,
I like how you had to say there's 300 of those maintenance videos. I mean, we all know the jokes. We all can dance around it, but we all know if it's not leaking, then if it stops leaking, it doesn't have oil.
Yes. You should worry if it's not leaking.
Yeah, it's got to have a leak to be able to go down the road, safely. Now, when it comes to the stuff that you guys have, is it mainly replacement parts or is it upgrading items? Tell us a little bit about what, a Rover owner who wants to find something, what is it that they come typically looking for?
Yeah, it's a huge spectrum, because if you think about a Rover owner maybe who has a late model Rover that just came off warranty, they don't want to go to the dealer anymore. They're coming to us for all the annual maintenance, oil kits. We sell everything. We sort of sell kits, so oil change kits, and then but you take that all the way down to a series owner. We're selling full frames, bulkheads.
Wow.
We sell remanufactured motors and transmissions. We have a partnership with Old Man Emu where we make a coilover kit for the Land Rovers, where if somebody wants to get out of the airbags, air suspension, we've got a full kit with everything you need, every bolt, bushing, bracket, everything for a full coilover job. And not only that, but then the EAS sort of like flash software, it tricks the vehicle into thinking that everything's okay. And so everything down the line. So a lot of OEM and genuine parts, a lot of upgrade parts, you name it. It's pretty much there.
Dang,
January
I had no idea.
said that she watches all of the Doug videos.
Oh yeah.
January's pretty funny. We've had her on the show before, and she's a mess, but she is a devout
Rover
fan.
Well, she was now.
And then she got a Jeep.
I was going to say she's a customer of ours, but
two Rovers, I think, a blue one and a red one, right? I know what she had.
I can't keep track. She said that she wrecked one, and she said something about getting something back from the shop. I don't know. It's hard to follow her.
I have to ask this question, or I have to say this and then ask the question. So you know how we all strive to one day we have that rich uncle that we don't know about that passes away and leaves us lots of money. Who's Steve?
What?
Steve Springer. Do you know him?
He's one of the owners. One of the.
Well, I called my uncle today because his name's Steve Springer, and I'm like, "Is there something you need to tell me?" and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Well, I'm looking at this website. We have funny. A guy coming on. And one of the partners is named Steve Springer, and I'm like, "That's your name, Uncle Steve." So is there something you've been hiding from us? And he's like, "Man, I hate to let you down, but no, it's not me."
Sorry, Lee.
I was like, "Damn it! I was hoping that was going to be my meal ticket."
And trust me, that would have been a good one.
So let me ask this about you were talking about frames and everything. I mean, could you, if somebody was goofy enough to spend Steve's money and go, I just want to build one from your catalog, could you build a whole vehicle from the catalog?
Yeah, I think
pretty close.
You can get pretty close. That's an interesting question, and I've got to say I've heard that you can get pretty close. You can get pretty close if you're all the way there.
Well, with the age of the vehicle, I mean, just, people, there's always somebody's going to need some certain part and obscure parts. And, as you start making or finding ways to get those parts, then you turn around and you could build a whole vehicle with just the parts sitting there. So, yeah, that's awesome. Now, you also do accessories as well, correct?
Yeah, we do a lot of different accessories, trim, roof racks, interior type accessories. And that's an ever changing, ever growing, hunt to find the right products to offer that are legitimate and people like and don't come across, junky or, so that's an ever growing list. Yep.
Gotcha. Do you find that that people that get the accessory stuff tend to lean more to the overlanding, or is there another avenue that the accessories take people down as well?
I think it kind of depends. I mean, we have customers who are driving a 3-year-old Range Rover, and they want to have, a new rear cargo mat, or a seat storage system for their kids, or
gotcha.
A coffee cup holder, or a phone holder that fits in the coffee cup, or WeatherTech mats, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. All the way over to the overlanding side, which is kind of, I wouldn't say it's new for us. We've always been selling things like recovery gear and all the ARB stuff and compressors and all the different, but we hadn't organized it on our website under an overlanding name and an overlanding category. So we've actually just recently done that. We've kind of made it a little more easier, a little easier for people to
find that type of product.
Yeah, and to come into it with the overlanding search process in mind.
Oh yeah.
Have you, Michael, I don't know if you've ever watched this guy's YouTube channel, but he's got a fantastic one called Dirt Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Nate, is that his name? He built his Discovery, and I mean, he's replaced it and put 1-ton axles. He's done the diesel swap in it. It's a beast of a Discovery,
and he wasn't planning on doing any of
it. Yeah,
none of it.
He was one of those guys. He just started it, and next thing you know, it's just gotten all this crazy stuff. But listen, we got a couple of fans of yours that have a business, and here in a minute. I want to bring them on, and they're the South African guys. They love you, and
Yeah,
so
they love the company.
we
Yeah,
thought we'd
for
bring
sure.
them in, let them say hey, and feel free to just you can kick at them or whatever you want to do.
Well,
So-
and to give you a little bit of knowledge about them, they rebuild
Yes.
defenders is their primary thing. I mean, they do all of it, but defenders are kind of seems to be. Last time I was in their shop, they probably had 5 or 6 of them that they were doing total, complete, off frame rebuilds on.
And they're drinking like 2 fish right now, so it ought to be pretty good.
It'll be a good time.
We'll let them tell you about what they're doing. They have a special Rover project, and that you might find interesting. And we'll let them come in for a little bit, and then we'll kick their asses out, and then we'll get back to it. So hang on just a second. Here comes the boys. What's up?
Hey guys,
There it is.
There we go. Can I?
It's the Rover guys.
Hey, did you guys notice? I got my. Where's it at?
Michael's wearing his Rover shirt.
There we go.
That's right.
That's an Atlantic British sticker. All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So Dave, we've got Chris and Jeff in here with you. They're from Rover, and Lee was talking to them and told them that you were coming on the show, and they got excited because I think they order a lot of stuff. Sounds like
we do. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Dave. You guys have a fantastic service. Obviously, for parts here in the States, it's tough to find stuff for the older models and older vehicles, and you guys have a great team. I've got Brad on speed dial, so I give Brad a call. At least twice a week, probably.
Yeah,
twice a day.
Sometimes, probably. Yeah, for sure.
Twice a day.
No, but you guys, it's fantastic, and in that sense, we can't praise you guys enough. And you finally sent us some stickers. It's been fantastic. We've been giving them out to
everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell Dave about
good
your
to meet
project.
You guys in person. I know about you guys, so it's great to meet you.
Fantastic.
Very nice.
Wow.
Good to hear.
So Chris and Jeff, tell them a little bit about your odd project that you're working on.
Can you take the laptop and move it around to see it, or
we can, because we've actually using an iPhone, so it is 100% mobile.
Very nice.
But we'll kind of here. Chris will get you.
All right, Dave, you got to see this now.
I can give you an interview.
Oh shit! It's on my face.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Just show them.
Okay. Here, no, give them a tour. Oh my god. Come on, bro.
Okay, come on.
Hey, Dave, this is where the shit show part comes in.
Oh my gosh!
This is the project that they keep talking about, which is our Discovery 6x6 that we're been working on, and you guys actually supplied a lot of the stuff that's gone into it.
I can't see it. Am I filming you?
Yeah, you are filming. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, we can see you guys.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, this is sort of the big project that we've got, and it's sort of a labor of love and taking a bit of time and effort. But as you can see, we're getting pretty close. We've got the axles kind of got a frame sort of welded up, and then the cab and everything we've got together. And then just there's the shop. We've got Range Rovers, Defenders, and all sorts of stuff there in the back. So, yeah,
that's awesome.
You can definitely tell they got a little further away from their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it got a little choppy, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right, Dave.
You're good.
As you can see, these guys are up in the Springfield, Missouri area, and they're the real deal. I mean, they're diehard real deal.
They're building a 3x3. I would say that's
Isn't that something?
Yeah. No,
I've never seen one. Has anybody else ever done one?
There are a few. There's a few guys here in the States that are doing them. Nobody's completed one as far as I know, and they're all different from what we've got, because we've got a Discovery 1 chassis and axles and everything, so it's the older style drivetrain, with then a Discovery 2 body and a Discovery 2 engine and transmission. So it's a bit of a bits of the two and trying to get the best of both worlds. So, technicalities there. But as far as the moment, I don't think anybody's actually completed one here in the United States. I think there are a few in the UK and Europe, but this will be the first American spec.
Sounds like Dave's going to be the guy to get the parts for you too.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Like I say, we, all the brakes and everything on that are all from Atlantic British, and a lot of the odds and ends, bits and pieces. We get a lot of stuff obviously from the UK in containers directly. But then stuff that we need, in certain time frames, you guys oftentimes have it, and the customer service is spot on. It's fantastic. Shipping times are great. And the sales guys at the end, rarely do you find this, in retail parts, period. But then obviously in Land Rover retail parts, where the guys on the other end of the phone actually know what they're talking about. And you guys hit the nail on the head with that one, and they point you in the right direction. And several times, in that sense, obviously I'm relatively familiar with stuff, but they'll point me in another direction and say, hey, you really don't want this aftermarket part. You want to go genuine on this. And it's never steered me wrong. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's been great.
Glad to hear that's your experience. That's awesome.
No, it's
cheers
it's
to that.
Yeah, it's time. There we go.
Yeah,
it's awesome that the guests initiated the first.
No kidding.
Nice. So with that going on, Dave, what are you drinking?
Well,
what do you got in front of you?
That's just a beer, but I did bring something special that now these guys will appreciate.
No fancy bottle of stuff.
Chris, so I'm gonna pour a glass of Irish whiskey.
Pouring it.
Irish whiskey. Nice.
Oh, nice.
I want to ask Chris and Jeff if they know what that is.
Yeah, that's the desedimenter and the fuel pump for like a series landy.
Yeah, that's what we drink whiskey out of.
I need one of those.
Dave is my new hero.
Oh my gosh!
Idea. Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Man, what are you guys drinking? Chris, what's that?
What do you got?
Oh, other way.
I can't see it.
Oban 14.
Oh, okay. Lee and I always drink oil fire whiskey. It's right here it's right up there out of Tulsa. We keep on trying to get a sponsorship from them, but it just hasn't happened yet.
They don't love us.
And we drink a lot of whiskey.
I got a question for all of you guys, not Michael, but the rest of you. Who's going to Mountain West Expo or Expo West? Anybody?
Yeah, we'll be at the West show in Flagstaff.
Hey,
Fantastic.
Michael and I'll be there. We have to. We really need to connect. Michael and I'll be there. Jeff, Chris, you guys gonna go?
No, we're going to the Rover rally instead in Moab.
Oh well, there you go.
That's
The Great American Rover Rally.
Yes,
The Great American Rover Rally.
Yeah,
That's important. Just don't drive the Jeep this time, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, which Jeep are you guys gonna take?
Did you drive a Jeep last
I
time?
didn't drive a Jeep. Did you drive a Jeep?
No, I didn't drive a Jeep.
Can we kick you guys off of your own show?
Can you guys leave? We'll just chat with Dave for a while.
I like how they went into. Wait a minute, did we drive a Jeep? Did you drive a Jeep?
That's why we love.
I don't
Dave,
remember.
Like
what happened?
Guys.
Yeah,
This is why we love these guys.
Last year we did a big trip in September with the Range Rover Classic you saw in the video, and then Chris's Discovery 2 04 D2. And we did Colorado, Moab, back through Colorado again, and sort of just spent almost three weeks out there.
I spent a month.
You spent a bit longer, yeah. But yeah, we and I'm bringing this up because I had on the roof of my Range Rover, which I almost rolled on a pass in Colorado, which is a completely different story. But in the box on the top, I had a bag with Atlantic British parts. I had new belts and a thermostat for some strange reason.
You never told me that.
Yeah, well, they don't fit your car. You didn't need to know.
Fair enough. I had a bag on my roof.
Yeah, with your own stuff in it.
With mine.
Yeah,
that's what you need when you drive Rover. That's why it's important for companies and for this company, Atlantic British, to stay and keep doing what they're doing, because man, you Rover guys go through parts.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave's like, yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
All right, Michael, what year is your Tinker truck?
It's a 16, and it's doing great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, give it a few more years.
20 plus.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and talk.
I probably
Yeah.
won't have it 20 plus years from now. I'll probably have some kind of
Point made.
Rover.
You
I'll probably
conceded
get
the point.
talked into buying a Rover, and I'll be driving a Rover, and that'll be the end of it.
Dave, Jeff, Chris, this is no joke. The other day I looked and I found a 110 Defender with a 300 TDI. And I asked my wife, I was like, can I buy this? And she's like, but you can't buy another camper if you buy this. And that's twice as much as the camper. And so I elected to buy the camper because the Rover still needed probably another $10,000 worth of stuff. But I have a dream. I'm going to do I have a dream.
I have a dream
to one day own a Defender 110 300 TDI. That's
Lee,
it.
you could have slept in that. That is
I know.
Yeah, you don't
It's
need
a
a
camper.
camper.
Yeah.
I know. But instead I'm going to buy an Alu cab canopy camper. So
Man,
So that-
man.
one day I will have a Defender 110 with a 300 TDI.
Well,
Hey,
give me a
hey,
phone
Jeff,
call.
do you still have the truck,
The
or
red
is it
one?
gone? The red one.
No, I don't. I'm building. I sold that to build a better version thereof.
And that was a 130, right?
It's 130. So,
Yeah.
I sold that one because it was, I'd been beat about. It was a great truck because I could take it off roading and
It looked like a
That's
great
about
farm
it.
truck.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
really.
great. I have never felt bad. Shall we say? I've never felt. How do you want to say? As okay with taking that off road and beating the hell out of it. As I did with that one, because normally they're too nice, and in North America they're too expensive to be going on trails and actually, utilizing them.
That's awesome.
Hey,
So-
Chris, we got to talk for a second. What's going on with Jeff?
I don't know a whole lot of things.
Is he
man.
high or drunk?
Because he sounds American.
He
Oh,
It's
yeah.
throwing me off.
Bring out your real accent, just like that.
No,
do
no,
it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
eyes are puss.
Hey, jeg kan ikke prate Afrikaans, né?
That's what I'm used to.
Yeah,
you-
I haven't had enough drinks yet, eh?
You sound domesticated.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's
All right,
do another
guys.
shot, and
Another shot.
let's kick these jackasses off.
Yeah.
We love you
I
guys.
Enjoy, eh?
We love you guys.
Yeah. Cheers. See you.
Thanks
Dave.
for coming on, guys.
Thanks for coming
Thanks,
on,
Dave.
guys.
Hey, Dave, send us some shirts.
you got it.
He's running across the shop now.
Yeah, he got embarrassed.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot,
See you
Jeff.
guys.
See you later, buddy.
Enjoy.
All right, bye.
Good to meet you guys.
All right, that was fun. Those guys are so fun. If you ever get the chance to go hang out with them, bring an extra liver.
Yeah. You'll need that. You better bring some tissues because you're going to laugh so hard you're going to cry. And I mean, they're just great guys, but they live and breathe Rover.
Yeah.
Don't they? I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool how they had
So
the
the
sticker ready.
first new Defender that we saw was at the Rendezvous last year, Rendezvous in the Ozarks, and Jeff's mom, I guess their uncle bought it and was going to have it shipped over to South Africa because it was like going to be cheaper to do it that way than to go through the Emirates or anything like that. So it was cheaper to do this, but they were going to keep it here and get it tagged here and then send. I don't know. They were figuring it all out, but she drove it over and she got lost, and she ended up driving through the national forest on a trail. And
up.
shows up, and it is like the scratches down the
Scratched.
side. It's dirty. It's beautiful.
It's got like what 200 miles on it. I mean,
Maybe.
she tore up part of the under fairing piece and
Yeah.
all this stuff. We're like, well, I mean, hey, it's got to be used before you ship it over there. And I mean, why not break it in now? So she did. I guess Google routed her like on this dirt road that turned into a trail.
Yeah, an
Basically.
actual like one of the sketchier trails that we have over there. So what I was impressed with is how big the new Defender actually is.
Yeah, I know. When you see it on the road, you realize how big it is.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be a little smaller, kind of being that more of that smaller mid-size truck.
Yeah.
But when I was standing next to it, I was like, this is a beast.
I mean, it's the size of like a Tahoe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
And so much cooler.
Are you guys starting to build your inventory for this new model with aftermarket parts? I mean, obviously I know it takes time, but is that part of your segment now?
It does take time. Definitely. That's getting added. We work with a roof rack company called Voyager Racks. If you're familiar with Voyager Racks, they're awesome. If you're not, check them out.
Okay, we will.
Yeah. They've designed a rack for the new Voyager. I'm sorry, the Voyager has designed a new rack for the new Defender, and we carry that. And then all of the maintenance type parts and products we carry. But yeah, from the perspective of anything that's going to get bolted on or replaced, that takes some time to.
Yeah, usually it's there's something with car companies after so long, then people can start making replacement parts for oil pumps and all the different things that they have. So well, very cool. I was skeptical of it, just thinking that it was going to be small, and then whenever I saw how big it was and the difference in when it's at its regular level or when you hit the button and hit all those airbags up is huge.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So, Dave, which Rover do you have?
I don't own one yet.
He's 2 years in, man. We got to
cut him a little bit of slack.
It takes a little while to. It's going to take a while to get. What's cool is that we've got a few company vehicles that I get to take out every now and then. So,
nice.
Yeah, we've got a. I think it's probably an 01 D2, and the thing's just a beast. It's lifted. It's big tires, fully coil over suspension, and every now and then I get to take that out on a trail ride, or we go do a photo shoot, or go test something, and we can go kind of cruising the trails and do a little bit
awesome.
of
well, maybe I can talk to my uncle Steve, that Steve Springer, my uncle, and see if I can get you a
raise.
Get a raise so you can get one.
Yeah.
If
have
he
one
listens
gifted.
to this, he's probably gonna be like, "What the hell is this guy talking?" Anyway,
the real Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm inundated with the whole Rover thing every day, and I want one so bad, but it's just not in the cards yet. So
yeah. Now let's ask this. So this will be safe. Are you a more of a discovery guy, or are you more of a Defender guy?
I couldn't imagine a scenario where I could buy a Defender. So
I'm just saying, which one do you like better?
Which one do I like better? Man, that's hard. Because I also like the LR3 or LR4.
Yeah. That's fair.
I really like the LR3s. So I go between the LR3 and the Discovery.
So are you more of a technology person? Like you like the newer things that are offered that Rover has done?
No.
Because those other ones are. You got to crank the window yourself. You got to.
Yeah, I'm an old school. So probably one of the reasons why I don't have one yet is because I also have an old vintage. I call it vintage, but an old ski boat.
Okay.
And I maintain that myself, and I'm kind of do a lot of things with that. And I like old cars, old boats.
Like an old Chris Craft.
So I've got an old Ski Nautique.
Oh.
It's so it's pretty old,
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Lee has done and knows everything. So he already mentioned in our pre-show about flying. He's crashed more planes than most people have flown.
I've crashed cars.
Yeah. Well, definitely that. Definitely that. But he's also owned a boat company.
Oh.
So when you said boat, his eyes perked up, because we don't talk about boats a whole lot on here, but his eyes perked up, and so he knows exactly what you're talking about, I'm sure.
Boats are my thing. In fact, I mix the two, overlanding and boating. So we've got this incredible lake up here called Lake George.
Yep.
And it has all these islands out on the lake that are all a state campground. So next week, my family and I are spending a whole week out on the islands camping, and you can only get.
Nice.
So you load the boat up with all the overlanding gear and head to an island, and we camp out there for a week. And
hey, there's another Overland radio island.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Michael, we have that down here at
we have an actual Overland radio island that we're going to do a camping trip at here outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So I heard an episode talking about you were parked there with your families and some guy came rolling in.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were going to have to kill him. I really did.
We're pretty sure he's a tweaker.
I really thought we were going to have to kill him. In fact, I even, we're sitting there talking, and I got nervous.
Yeah.
And I'm not one that tends to get nervous, but I got nervous, and I was like, Lee, do you have your pistola on you? And he got up and went and got it. Because he was like, I'm right there with you. This guy's acting like a weirdo. Yeah.
So, that's not what you want when you're out in the, at night in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah, especially when you have your little girls with you.
Yeah,
nope.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I thought we were gonna have to dispose of a body.
Yeah, so that kind of overlanding will be fun.
Yeah.
On the Atlantic British website, what is your? I was curious about this because I was looking through. I mean, you guys got an asinine amount of categories and products in there. It's just, but you do have it sorted and categorized really good. So, what's your biggest segment? Which is it? Drivetrain parts, or is it body parts, or is it? I mean, what do you think your biggest segment for customers is?
I'd say suspension is a big big part of it. A big part of what we sell. I mean everything associated with suspensions. Probably the next would be all the maintenance kits. The kits that kit together for maintenance type applications. And then then there's a handful of other kind of overlanding related gear like jerry cans.
Dude, they have a wine glass buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we just started carrying this line called Navigator. We're just
it looks awesome.
Yeah. Holds 4 wine glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
January says suspensions and Doug. Apparently, I think January has a thing for Doug. I don't know who Doug is, but January does.
Our tech rep guy. He's an awesome guy, and he used to work for us and do all of our tech videos and answer. Really, if our customer service team couldn't answer it, then it would get passed to him, and he was in-house mechanic.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going through some of that. Like I'm going through the Overland store on the website while we're talking, and I just want to tell everybody out there that even if you don't have a Rover, you might want to just go check their store out.
I'll second that, because
there's a lot of things on here that are universal that could go towards any kind of vehicle.
Did you see the drop down?
Don't forget about them.
Did you see the drop down? Oh my gosh!
Yep. I looked at that.
With Clearview slides.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Oh. Those things are nice. So January says, fun fact, the cup holders in Rovers fit champagne bottles. Oh my God.
Of course she would know. Yeah.
Oh, Mason, our buddy Mason at Blue Line wants to know if there's any cruiser gear. Yes.
I don't think
there's got to be something that'll fit that.
Like I said, go to their Overland store. You can find something to put on your Land Cruiser. There we go.
It's not going to make him any more of an overlander, though. I don't care how much you put on there. He sits at home too much.
Yeah. Mason's one of those guys that comes on here every once in a while that sends us naked pictures, and it's ridiculous. So we're going to leave that one alone for now, and just let him sit over there in the corner for a little bit. So
no, I'm with Michael. I think that for those of you listening or watching, just because it says Atlantic British, you might ought to give that another look, because there definitely is a lot of stuff on there that's not specific to those brands. It's a general accessories. And
I mean, you got ARB compressors, you've got Hella lights, you've got all kinds of stuff, so So, don't, obviously they're a Rover company, selling products and geared towards the Rover industry. But, we always try to support and encourage our viewers and listeners to support the people that come on. And so even if you don't have one, just at least go check it out. And doesn't mean you have to, but at least, give that website a few more hits. Go and check it out. See,
I dig that. It makes me want to go get my my fuel tester for the airplanes, where it looks just like that, but it's got a rod in the middle, and you use it to pull and check to see if you have water in the fuel. Looks just like it. Makes me want to get it, but it probably smells like 100 low lead, so better not.
Mason said, "Well, just got another text that says, are you sure these guys are your friends?" we love Mason. Mason's one of my first overlanding friends, and he means a lot to me. He's just a good buddy. So appreciate him being on here and commenting and being in the chat, obviously.
And he looks pretty sexy in his camouflage apron and boots.
Wow, I didn't want to talk about the picture. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there.
We love Mason. Tell Mom, Mason, tell Mom we said hey.
Yes, Definitely tell Mom. We get in trouble if we don't. So now tell us, now you've got the website. Where else can we find Atlantic British?
Through the channels like Facebook, Instagram. We try to, we don't have a big, huge marketing team or marketing budget, but we try to post there when we can. And, we do. We've got a blog that you can see. You can check out from our website. I've got a lot of great content there that kind of gets pulled together by people that are either diehard Rover employees at the company that tell us about certain things going on. We've got a guy who he's a diehard Rover, that he's a writer, and he often helps us come up with content in the blog, but really interesting, newsworthy, kind of more Rover related stuff, but really cool information in our blog. So you guys can check that out.
You guys need to, if you haven't found him, Graham Bell is in the United States, and I think he's on the East Coast right now.
Oh yeah.
And Graham Bell, his family, A2A exploration, expedition. They're traveling the world. They're in the United States right now, and I think they're in a classic.
Yeah,
is what I think they're in. I think Hein hooked them up with a classic or found them one or something. And so they're in the United States right now. It's funny, him and I we're just brothers. I mean, it's just we look just enough alike in a couple of pictures that it was kind of like, dude, who's your mom? Like, we gotta figure this out real quick. So now on the when we go search all the different social medias, is it better to search Atlantic British or Rover Parts?
Either will work.
Either will work. Okay, I just didn't want people to type one thing and it be the other. So either one of them will direct them to that area.
It should, yeah. If you type in Atlantic British in Facebook search, it should bring you to @Rover Parts.
Okay.
Or if you want to, be specific, it's @Rover Parts.
Gotcha.
It's just an unfortunate thing of kind of from way back when. We started selling on the internet in 1996, so we switched over from mail order catalog to the internet in '96, which was like the first year you could do that, and it we were known as Rover Parts, so we went with that, and that's how we're known and how people know to find us. But the company's called Atlantic British. So
you just adopted the name, dude. That's the way to do it. I mean, that's really smart. You find out there's a company here, Candid Color Photography, and you know what a party pick is, right?
Yeah.
Well, not only do they call what they do party picks, they copyrighted the name.
Yeah.
They did all of that. So if you went and did party picks, because that's what they're just called, and you said that you were taking party picks, they would send somebody over to make you stop saying party picks. It was the craziest thing. I was like, what? It's like you can't, it's like saying you can't say photos anymore. You know,
Right.
that's like, to me, it was just crazy. But they knew it, they saw it, and because of that, they've made a ton of money, you know, because they are the ones that own that phrase, you know, and everything directs them to their websites and all that kind of stuff. So
Okay, so quickly,
I don't know if you were really that. I think it was just Rover parts.
I think
you just take what people are calling you. Yeah. As long as it's not something rude.
Yeah. So you're going to be at Expo West.
Yeah.
How about East?
Not East this year. We were there 2 years ago, but unfortunately, it was only in the cards to be at one this year. So we're going to the West.
So I'm going to make a suggestion for 2022 for you.
Yeah. I'll both know.
You really ought to consider coming to Springfield, Missouri to the More Expo.
Oh,
April. Yeah. Okay, so it's in April, the 8th
through the 10th.
10th. Yeah. It's indoors. It's like it's huge, and it's growing so much I won't say outgrown.
It's 80,000 square feet inside.
And now they've already started moving to the outside.
I think 30 or 40,000 feet outside for vendors.
And so there is a huge following of Rovers in this Midwest. Michael, you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, and plus you got the Rover guys that were just on with us. They're right there in town as well.
In fact, they're 5 minutes away from where the expo happens.
If even that far. Yeah. So I would encourage you to look at the More Expo. I don't have any skin in that game. That's not part of, I don't get paid to try to get you to come, but I think for what you're doing, I think it would be really cool here in the Midwest because there's nothing really, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's anything really quite like Atlantic British that's at the expo. We have lots of rooftop tents. We have a lot of great dealers that are fantastic, and campers and one thing.
There's a few people that build them.
Right, but I'm saying there's not a company that's specific
to
the parts industry like you guys are.
And frankly, I mean, if I was getting into it, I wouldn't know where to look.
Yeah.
I mean, like here in the Midwest, I mean, I'm sure a quick Google search gets you there, obviously. But I think that's what's great about having you on our show here in the Midwest is that, some people that are thinking about what vehicle they want to get. And, some people are telling them, well, it's hard to get parts. It's hard to do this. The more companies they know, the more they're going to be more secure in a decision to purchase a Rover and to join the cult.
Exactly.
And that's why we do this, to connect with people. And what better way than to get an iconic vehicle doing the thing that you love to do. And so it just makes sense.
It'd be really cool because the Rover guys will be there somehow or another to link you guys together. I mean, think about it, Michael. If they could get that 6x6 ready and they got parts, and you got Atlantic British right there with the Rover guys side by side. I mean, that'd be a really cool display. The epic,
in April, you said.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. We know the guy that puts it on, so we'll get you connected.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now on your personal side of it, so when you started, we've got a few more minutes, so I want to touch on this real quick. When you started with the company, you already had kind of a love for the outdoors, and it sounds like. So what was it? I know that you were into boats and into the lake. What was your adventure of choice before you started working for the company?
I would say definitely the whole camping, hiking, probably more skewed car camping with the family, but definitely getting out into the Adirondacks. I mean, usually would involve towing the boat somewhere and camping. That's what we do in the summer. In the winter, we do a lot of skiing. So we're always we're a big skiing family. So that's what we do all winter long. But in the summer, we do a lot of boating, a lot of wakeboarding, water skiing, camping. And,
all right.
the summers you got to make the best of them up here. So
yeah. Now, do you guys have anything coming up that people that are interested or followers of your company would need to know? Do you have anything that's in the horizon that you guys are working on, or exciting companies that you're adding to the list, or anything that you can share with us?
We've got a few things coming up that I think will be pretty big news later towards the end of the year. I can give a little preview. So we talked about Clearview, the Clearview slides.
Yeah.
Right.
The company, we're the exclusive distributor for this company out of Australia called Clearview. They're an Australian company.
Oh, we love them. We think they're great.
I mean, so in addition to the slides, they make real high-end permanent replacement towing mirrors.
Ooh.
So, you want to replace your stock towing mirror on your Land Rover. They make a direct bolt-on harness, plugs right into the vehicle.
Really? Okay, good.
And we actually sell towing mirrors for a number of different other makes and models. Not a huge list, but we carry for a lot of times it kind of mirrors up to the Australian line of vehicles.
Marketing, yeah. What vehicles they have available there and all that kind of stuff.
So we're working on the towing mirrors are very popular, and we're working on a mirror for the new Ranger, which will be a good one, and a couple of the different generations of Tacomas. So we're excited to hopefully maybe by the end of the year put out new Clearview mirrors that'll fit some of these other vehicles that are really popular, and we get a lot of requests from people. Tacoma owners, new Ranger owners, looking for these.
I think on your website you should have another tab called The Others.
The Others, yeah,
and that's for all the other brands, other vehicles.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
The Others.
We kind of further complicate things we've got this website called Clearview Mirrors USA, and that's where we sell the mirrors for all those the others.
The others.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then we've got some other new products that we're excited about coming out this fall. So we're launching that Navigator line. That's kind of a soft launch right now. There's more products that are going to hit the website in the next month or so. We're doing kind of a one-off specialty aluminum kind of cargo storage box, like, the typical aluminum travel case with the handle.
Yeah.
Right.
Stackable. So we're doing, I think, 4 or 5 different sizes of those aluminum boxes, and those will be featured on our website probably in late September. Unfortunately, it may not be in time for the expo show. I think we'll have one on hand that we can sort of preview at the expo show.
Gotcha.
But we're excited about that. So yeah, just a handful of new overlanding products that'll be coming out this fall.
Well, we definitely want you to come by and sit with us at West Expo. Awesome. And definitely think of us anytime that you have a new product that's coming out, or some an updated video that you want to really promote. Let us know, and we'll have you on, and we'll help you out as much as we can.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you, Dave, for coming on. And it's Atlantic British. Check them out. You can type that or Rover parts into any of your search engines, and you'll be able to find. Go make sure that you follow them on all the social medias, and make sure that you comment that you heard it on Overland Radio. So really appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming on, Dave. Look forward to having you on again and seeing you at West Expo.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks, Lee. Thanks, Michael. It was a pleasure.
All right. Well, Lee, thank you so much for what you do and pushing all the buttons. Everybody out there, thank you so much for listening and watching Overland Radio, the All Over Overland show. Whatever you do, make sure that you go all over.